Right now, inside your body, something quiet but powerful is happening every time you take a step. It doesn't look dramatic. There's no instant transformation in the mirror, no sudden burst of energy that changes everything overnight. But deep inside, a system begins to shift. A system most people don't even realize is running their entire day. Your stress signals. Because what happens next changes how your body stores fat, how it recovers, and how it feels, even when you're doing nothing at all. Most people think stress is just something you feel in your mind. Deadlines, problems, overthinking. But inside your body, stress is not a feeling. It's a signal. Think of your body like a control center filled with switches, sensors, and tiny messengers constantly sending updates. One of the most powerful of these messengers is cortisol, the hormone that tells your body when to stay alert, when to store energy, and when to protect itself. Now here's the part most people miss. Your body doesn't know the difference between emotional stress and physical imbalance. It only reads signals. And when those signals stay high for too long, your body shifts into a protective mode, slowing fat burning, holding on to energy, and tightening its internal systems. But when you walk every day, something very different begins to happen. In the first few minutes of walking, nothing feels extraordinary. Your legs move, your breathing adjusts, your heart rate rises just slightly. But inside, your nervous system begins to notice something. Your body detects rhythm. Step, step, step. This repeated, predictable motion sends a subtle message. You are safe. And that message matters more than you think. Because your nervous system, the part of your body that controls stress, has two main modes. One prepares you for danger. The other allows you to relax, repair, and recover. Walking, especially at a steady pace, gently shifts you toward that second mode. This is where it gets interesting. As your steps continue, your breathing naturally becomes deeper and more consistent. Your heart starts to settle into a smooth rhythm instead of sharp spikes. And your brain begins to lower the volume on stress signals. Not completely, not instantly, but enough to begin changing the internal environment. After about 10 to 15 minutes, your body starts entering what we can call the activation phase. This is where most people stop, but this is where it actually starts. Inside your bloodstream, cortisol levels begin to stabilize. Not crash, but balance. Instead of sharp peaks and sudden drops, your body starts smoothing things out. Think of it like a busy highway suddenly becoming organized. Traffic doesn't disappear, but it flows. And when cortisol becomes more stable, something important happens. Your body no longer feels the need to hold on to excess energy. Because high, chaotic stress signals tell your body, store fat, prepare for uncertainty. But balance signals say, you can use energy now, you're okay. Now watch this. At the same time, your muscles begin using glucose, the sugar in your blood, as fuel. This reduces the load in your bloodstream, which helps stabilize insulin, another key hormone tied to fat storage. And slowly, quietly, your body starts shifting toward burning stored energy instead of protecting it. Not aggressively, not forcefully, but intelligently. As you continue walking, 20, 30, even 40 minutes, your body enters its peak phase, and this is where the real transformation begins. Your brain releases small amounts of calming chemicals, like serotonin and endorphins, not in a dramatic rush, but in a steady, controlled flow. These chemicals act like signals that say, everything is under control. And this changes everything. Because when your brain feels safe, it sends fewer stress alerts to the rest of your body. That means less cortisol flooding your system, less tension in your muscles, less pressure on your internal organs. But here's the deeper layer. When stress signals drop, your body doesn't just relax, it reallocates resources. Energy that was once used for protection now becomes available for repair. Cells begin fixing minor damage. Inflammation levels begin to decrease. And systems that were on hold, like fat metabolism, start becoming active again. It's like a factory that was stuck in emergency mode, finally returning to normal production. And then something even more powerful happens after you stop walking. This is the after effect most people never notice. Even though your steps have ended, your internal systems continue adjusting. Your nervous system stays in a calmer state for longer periods. Your heart rate recovers more efficiently. Your stress hormones don't spike as easily as before. This is where it gets really interesting, because when you walk at the same time every day, your body begins to expect it. It starts building a rhythm, a pattern, a predictable cycle of movement and recovery. And over time, your internal clock, your biological timing system, aligns with this habit. That means your body begins lowering stress signals not just during the walk, but around the time it expects the walk. Your system learns. But here's the part most people misunderstand. They think they need to fight their body to lose fat or reduce stress. Push harder, do more, force change. But your body isn't resisting you. It's responding to signals. And when stress signals stay high, your body is simply doing its job, protecting you, holding on to energy, slowing down non-essential processes, preparing for uncertainty. But when you walk consistently, you're not forcing your body to change. You're giving it new instructions. Clear, repeated signals that say, you're safe, you can relax, you can let go. Research supports this in a simple but powerful way. Regular low-intensity movement, like walking, has been shown to reduce baseline cortisol levels over time, not by eliminating stress, but by improving how your body handles it. That's the difference. It's not about removing stress from your life. It's about training your body to respond differently to it. And walking becomes that training. Now imagine the opposite. Days without movement, long periods of sitting, irregular activity. Your body loses that rhythm. Stress signals become more unpredictable. Cortisol spikes more easily and stays elevated longer. Your system stays slightly tense, even when there's no real threat. And over time, that constant low-level stress begins affecting everything. Energy levels, sleep quality, fat storage patterns. It's subtle, which is why most people don't notice it happening. But when you walk every day, something else begins to form. Adaptation. Your body becomes more efficient at calming itself. Your stress response becomes more controlled. Your recovery systems become faster and stronger. And this is the real transformation. Not just burning calories, not just getting steps in, but rewiring how your body handles stress at its core. And over weeks, something shifts that you can actually feel. You don't react as quickly. Your mind feels clearer. Your body feels lighter, not just physically, but internally. Because the signals inside you are no longer chaotic. They're coordinated, balanced, calm. And this calm state is where your body does its best work. Fat metabolism improves. Recovery becomes faster. Energy becomes more stable. So the next time you go for a walk, remember, you're not just moving your legs, you're sending a message, a signal that travels through your nervous system, your hormones, your cells. A signal that tells your body how to behave. Your body isn't broken, it's listening. And walking is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to guide that conversation. So now I'm curious, what surprised you most about what's happening inside your body when you walk every day?